Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me out there? I've been sending messages through cyberspace on my spaceship. Hey everybody, how's it going? Udaman Flex here. Today I want to show you a indie game called Citizen Sleeper 2. Yeah, I played the first one and it was really good. It's a bit of a slower kind of story-paced game, but boy, the story was good in the first one. So let's all experience it together, shall we? Let's start a new game here. Uh-oh. Is there a difficulty? There wasn't a difficulty in the first one. It says safe. I have to tilt my head here. Safe for those focused on the story, low risk option, risky, intended difficulty, and dangerous. I'm gonna do the regular difficulty. All right. In this game, you are a robot with human consciousness that's been implanted. It'll be explained more later, I'm sure. And you got 3 classes here. First class was the operator. Operator sleepers are built to work with drones and remote machines. They're kind of like an engineer type, I guess. Their reboot skill allows them to hack their own systems and re-roll dice. There's a lot of dice rolling in this game. A risky but potentially powerful move. They are usually cerebral and precise people. That sounds like me. You got the extractor. They're usually work at the coal face of the corporate resource extraction. This is more like the physical type, things like that. Let's see, hold on, what was the other one? The other one is a machinist. They are built to repair and modify automated systems. They are very skilled engineers. Diligent, careful, structured people. Well, I'm not very careful. I guess I'll play maybe the intended default option with the operator. You know, there's 3 skills here: engineer, interface, endure, intuit, engage. It seems like they're not very good at enduring. But all these things are kind of vague, and you can find a way through the game no matter what class you pick, so I'm just going to go with this one. Sounds fun. Let us begin. In the moment before waking, the dark space before conscious thought, you struggle to find the pieces of yourself. Usually, these pieces come with a particular cadence, each appearing sequentially like a boot process of an old terminal. First, your body, artificial, compromised, but relaying sense data all the same. Then, its context, the breeze of air infiltration and the soft contact of your birth in 0G. Then, emotion, coming into focus, coming into your body, bringing in with it the first instinct, the one that's framed your past 100 cycles. Fear. This is like when I wake up in the morning, you know, I run the TikTok algorithm, scroll for about an hour, doom scroll, and then I start my day. Wonder if they'll get to that. But that familiar sequence does not arrive. Instead, you are unmoored in space, your body distant, your context silent, even your emotions somehow obscured and scattered. Among all that disarray, only one familiar thing that arrives: the fear. It is scrambled, panicked fear, the drowning fear, the falling fear, the fear that makes you reach desperately for any stable point. It is the fear that tells you something is wrong, something is very wrong with you. Wake up, sleeper. The voice is whispered in your ear. An act makes you incredibly aware of your head pulsing in pain, your body rigid with tension. Sleeper, a familiar name, a mind copied, emulated, a body built, implanted. One person sleeping until their debt is worked away, their double being made to work and consumed and eventually to be destroyed, a proxy, an emulation, a sleeper. That is what you are. But you escaped. You remember that now. Broke free from your corporate creators, SNARP, in search of a future. You cannot remember the details of your escape, but you know the fear that has been with you ever since. So essentially, it'll probably be more clear the more we get into the game, but in this sci-fi world, people sell the rights to their consciousness and it is implanted into a robot that works for all of eternity, as a type of, cyberpunk slavery. And instead of dealing with that, a lot of these robot android people, they escape and they try and break their programming. But the system doesn't like that. One second, I'm going to arrange some windows on this. So we're good, so I can see your chat a little bit better. See my number one chatters. Okay. Okay. We're good. Okay, the chat is a little bit closer to me. Okay, we escaped. All of a sudden you remember you have eyes and your eyes flicker open. Pale eyes and a pale face. Lane. The name comes with its own specific sensation of fear once you recoil from instinctively. Sorry to interrupt, a sharp smirk, but this ends here. Oh shit. You search your mind for more than a name. Is this how you reward me for my generosity? Lane is leaning over your horizontal, floating body, looking down into your eyes. I took you in, protected you, gave you a purpose. I'm starting to think this is an Italian-looking guy. You try to look away to the corners of your vision to find something you understand. Your body does not respond. But I suppose that wasn't enough. He reaches into his pocket of his jacket and retrieves a small vial. This wasn't enough? The vial glitters, this object you know and have known for a long time. Stabilizer, the drug that keeps your artificial body, your emulated mind, from inevitable decay. The only balm for your planned obsolescence. The liquid rolling in the vial fills you with disgust. So basically, gamers, people can escape, but, in order to keep their robot body running, they have to take this medicine called Stabilizer. Lane pockets the vial, but it would be wasted on you now. After what you have done to this body of yours, he looks at you with palpable disgust. Lane's eyes scan your body as they do, and you become aware of the wires and tubes attached to you, those that were meant to free you from your dependence, from the stabilizer and the control it grants Lane. They are free, you piece of shit. They don't need you anymore. The voice comes from somewhere behind Lane's head. It is a voice you know, but when you search your mind to try and understand why, you only find dizzying darkness. Shut him up. Lane barks the command, and you hear the sound of impact, of pain, from elsewhere in the room. You try to move your limbs again, and this time you feel a flicker, the twitch of a finger. You feel the extension and compression of synthetic muscle. Free, are ya? Lane smirks. You were free when I disabled your tracker, when I gave you the stabilizer you needed. He scans your body with angry eyes. Now, you aren't free, you're just broken. I had such big plans for you, Sleeper. I invested in you. Lane grips your arm hard, and you feel a jolt of reaction. You will the arm to move, but you ruined all that. Lane speaks louder over the sound of struggle behind him. I will try to preserve your body, of course. I have my own uses for it, but your emulation? You feel one of his hands searching behind your head. He finds the grip of a thick cable running into the port at the base of your skull. I will burn that out. Lane jerks forward, slamming across your body, then spinning away out of sight. You feel yourself rolling, the cables plugged into your looping and wrapping around your limbs. You then feel hands steadying you, pulling cables. You glance around wildly and see someone diligently unplugging you. You meet his eyes. Hey, he waves a hand in your dazed face. We need to move. Lane won't be out long. He unloops a cable around your waist. Sleeper, help me out here. You blink slowly. You know this person? He leans over to you, and you feel his hands on the connector, flicking switches, releasing locks. Come on. He tugs the connector near and pulls you up. You see the room you are in for the first time, filled with tech and terminals, wires waving everywhere, all lit by big windows looking out of an impossibly bright, screen-filled street beyond. In the corner, you see a dark shape of a floating body surrounded by a glittering constellation of crimson baubles. Is that blood? Move! You are wrestled and shoved towards the door, which slides open in front of you, and then you come out into all that brightness, all that movement, gliding hard towards some unknown destination. You come to stop in a dark alleyway, the one who guided you here pausing to catch his breath. He doubles over beside a massive life support unit that sends a lukewarm breeze across your skin. You stare at him, trying to recall anything about him. You notice his tattered jacket, his lightweight clothes. You remember this station runs hot, something about power that flows through the place. He looks up and meets your eye. What's going on, sleeper? He wipes sweat from his forehead and floats away in a swarm of spheres. Talk to me. I wonder if this is how my PC feels when I boot it up to play Skyrim. Who are you? You see a concerned frown across his face. Don't mess with me, sleeper. That's not funny. He comes closer, eyeing you carefully. What station are we on? He narrows his eyes, waits for the answer. You close your eyes, trying to recall. You force your way through the dark of the image of a station. No, a city growing on the back of a vast set of hexagonal solar cells shadowed by them. You open your eyes. Dark side. The word leaves your mouth like an exhale. An instinct. Before you hear yourself sound it out, you didn't know it was there. He sighs. And me, who am I? You see something like fear in his eyes. Panic, perhaps. You stare hard at his face, the slight upturn of his mouth, the intensity of his stare, nothing comes out. He closes his eyes and drops his head, putting a hand to the temple. The reboot. He is speaking quietly to himself. Lane interrupted the process and he lifts his head and stares at you. We need to keep going. We need to leave. He turns and kicks off the alleyway. Come on, the rig can't be far. We must have lost our memories. As you are led through the passage and the serviceways of the station, you try to recall your life here. The texture, the temperature of the dark side feels familiar, but you struggle to pin specific memories to it. 1 second. I know I'm reading everything for us, but maybe I can move my VTuber to a different place. It's a little bit better. Alright, okay. Oh. I'm gonna move my eye, man. That was weird. Oh. And hold on, I got a little box in the thing, I need to get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of this one. It's like Alt, Control. And it's okay, no one's gonna figure that out. Okay. We're good. We're in the bottom here. Okay. The temperature of the dark side feels familiar, but you struggle to pin exact memories to it. Focusing hard, you recall waking up in these passages, cycle after cycle, the rhythms of the station flowing over you along with the crowds. You recall desperation and the slow decay of your body that caused it. Then Lane, those pale eyes offering you a glittering vial of stabilizer. The promise of supplying more for your work, a deal he locked you into like a cage. There your memory fails you, but in the dark beyond that moment, the residue of panic, of fear remains. You were Lane's prisoner, plaything. You shudder in the cold passage. Wait, your guide holds up a hand and you stop your glide using the wall. Ahead, you see the tunnel opens up into the wide open bay with a few doors leading to cylindrical tunnels, the docks. You're watching the rig. He nods towards the docks and you see one of the doors has a couple of figures flanking it. One covered in ornate tattoos and the other with bright silver implants along their cheekbones. Utsubo, Lane's guys. He looks at you and shakes his head in frustration. All this, it's not really coming back to you, is it? Something catches your eye and you see he's playing with a coin, nervously turning it over and over in his fingers. He sees you looking and slips it away. He places a hand on his chest. I'm Seraphine, alright? He looks pained when he speaks. Lane? He was our captor, both of us. We did this so we could escape. We needed to reboot you, to break your dependence on stabilizer. He pauses. You know what that is, right? You nod. But Lane interrupted me back there, and the reboot didn't complete, so he sighs and shakes his head. We can still make this work. He looks back at the docks. I'll lead them away, and you get the docking bridge open. If we make it to the rig, I know how to get us in. Got that? Got it. Well, what's the rig? He looks annoyed. A ship. Our ship. Or at least it soon will be. Lane assigned it to us when we were on jobs for him. Okay, sorry for asking a question. Get that door open. He pats you on the shoulder. I know you can do this. Seraphine kicks off hard and glides into the docks. Over here, shitheads! He bellows to the guards as he barrels through. They immediately push off the wall, giving chase. I think we're in 0G, by the way. We're on a space station of some sort. You await a breath, then glide across the door where they were guiding. You look, already panicked, at the tightly sealed door as control panel locked, and you hear a shout somewhere nearby. You need to get it open. Okay, tutorial. We're doing a skill check. Like the dice actions you encounter later, skill checks have positive, neutral, and negative outcomes. The better the rating of your skill, the more likely you will succeed on the check, and the odds of success are displayed when you do the check. Okay, so we have some options. We can either hack the door, or we can break the seal. But it looks like we have bad outcomes on this one, and better ones on, so we're gonna hack. We're gonna hack it in. Looks like we did it. Okay. You shift to the control panel. Fingers dancing across the keys, and without thinking, you access the maintenance layer and trigger a fire safety venting procedure. The panel drones out of a klaxon, and the doors prop open with a hiss. Go, go! He flies past you, through the doorway into the docking tunnel. You turn and see the two guards approaching fast across the docks and quickly glide after the Seraphine. Seraphine is already at the rig's door inputting an entry code. The rig's doors scissor open, and you both rush inside. Quickly! He grabs you by the arm and drags you up to the cockpit, the ship's layout hazy in your mind. He dumps you into a flight seat and straps himself into his own. You see him tap a series of buttons as he does, talking to himself. Come on. The rig's drive rumbles into life, and Seraphine slams a button on the console. You feel the force of the ship's acceleration as it pulls away. Let's frickin' go! We're out of here. The rig. As the ship glides into place on the connecting bridge, its automatic systems nudged there by the port's docking protocols, you feel a sense of relief. Seraphine burned hard out of dark side, and you dropped in and out of consciousness in your seat as the rig made its way across the belt. But now, with open space between you and Lane, you feel fresher, more awake. It breaks the silence. We're good, sleeper. His eyes don't leave the monitor, and you realize this part of your escape is routine for him. You and he must have docked the ship countless times in your work for Lane. The problem is you don't remember any of them. You made it, he whispers, closing his eyes. We certainly did. Or stay silent. You know, I'll cheers to that. He turns, and you see a pained look on his face, as if remembering something difficult. Have you said the same thing to him before? This exact same situation? Am I making things worse by talking? You okay, bro? He looks at you, chewing one side of his lip. He puffs. Okay. Seraphine reaches up, flicking through a set of switches in a precise fashion, completing the shutdown. You watch, a little frustrated with your own uselessness. Running the rig, you realize it's just another thing you've forgotten. A clunk that runs through the wall of the ship is followed by a short percussive alarm tone from the pilot's console. Docking complete. He kicks off from his seat, twisting as he glides past you towards the back of the cockpit. His hands find the rails on either side of the door, and he pauses, facing into the corridor beyond. He turns back to you, backlit in cold sedan. We need a plan. He glances around. Lane's not gonna let us slip away quietly. He sighs. So let's just slow down, talk about it. He throws his brown. Now, sleeper, we need to forget. He flinches, the words coming out wrong. We need to focus on something other than... Pauses again, unsure. Us, he sighs. We need to survive this thing first, then maybe we can talk. Alright, I'll shut up. We have brought ourselves some time. He glances through the cockpit window at the blinking lights of the station. You may not remember Hexport, but I do, and there are plenty of opportunities here for us. And if we can keep our head down, he turns back to the corridor, that's what we'll do. Seems really stressed that I don't remember anything, but you know, I'm the goat, so I'll figure it out. He pushes off and glides towards the main lock, and you follow, pulling yourself along, hand over hand in 0G. We already emptied the tank on this thing. He slaps a hand against the ship's inside, so we need to refuel, and that won't be cheap. But if you and I know one thing, Sleeper, it's how to work. I'm gonna get myself reacquainted, see if I can turn up any old connections, people that might throw us an easy contract. You... He glances over his shoulder. You keep out of trouble. low profile. Got it. Seraphin stops the airlock. Stopping the reboot halfway through, he pulls a worn crew jacket from the locker and starts putting it on. We don't know what that did to you. He jams an arm into his sleeve. I don't want you passing out in... He stops. It'll take both of us. I hate it when you're right. He grabs another crew jacket and thrusts it on you. Just put the damn hood up, will you? You take it and slip it on. Thanks. He nods. He stabs at the bottom to open the lock. The inner door hisses open and he glides through. Wait for a bit, then leave. Anyone looking for us will be looking for two people traveling together. He looks at you in your worn crew jacket, a limited disguise that's clearly a sleeper. We meet back here later. Any trouble? Same thing. Meet here. He surveys your disguise again and shakes his head. This is a shitty idea. He gives you one last look. May you find yourself something to eat. Suddenly you recognize his instinct to look after you. Flash of a relationship now lost to the reboot. Oh man. I'm a robot. Do I eat? Batch. He gives me a handful of something. You manage to grab the projectiles, and when you open them, you see a stack of cryo shits. Are they called shits? Okay. Those should get you some food. We'll, need some more fuel and supplies, he grimaces. That means odd jobs on the station for both of us. He kicks off and glides down the docking bridge. Don't go too far, alright? He shouts as he leaves. Take it slow. So, a lot of reading in this game. You know, I get a lot of criticism that I don't read a lot of books, but it's because I'm playing games like this, fellas. I gotta drink some water from time to time. Okay. And with that, he is gone, leaving the connection bridge and heading into Hexport's docking concourse. You wait a moment inside. I'm gonna think about Lane. He seems like a cool... Seraphin. Seraphin? Lane does not seem like a cool guy. Seraphin seems like the homie, so let me think more about him. It's hard to know what's going on in Seraphin's head. Here he is, on some hapless escape plan with a friend you can't remember a thing about him. You try to imagine how close both of you must have been for him to agree to this thing, but it is painful to think about. That's all gone anyway. All you can do is move on. You shake the thoughts from your head and pull the jacket tight. Let's see what the Export has to offer. You kick off and glide into port. Alright. Tutorial. Welcome to Citizen Sleeper 2. The game runs in cycles, which is like this game's days. Perform action with your dice. Use cryo to buy food, fuel, supplies, items. Progress clock stores new scenes and events. You can review tutorials at any time in the guide section of the pause menu. Use the mouse wheel to scroll your view. Okay. Alright. Oh, okay. Alright. So you roll dice every day. This is what I know from the last game. And 6, the higher the number, the better. So this is almost like a guaranteed win. And, I think this one, these 3 bars on the bottom is like our health or our food or something. And I got some supplies. Alright, let's just see what's going on at the docks. Oh my gosh. It says, in this game, you buy a dice to do skill checks and okay. So I have some options here. I can either chat with the crews. There are plenty of crews willing to milling around the docks. It should be a good source of info. Explore the docks. And this one's risky, and then this one's more dangerous. It's thrilling and intimidating. I've got a really good roll here, so I'm always going to have a positive outcome. So I think I'm going to do the more dangerous one. Alright, I'm exploring. And it says, you notice the patterns, start to identify signage and glyphs. The logic of the hexport unfolds. And when I did that, I progressed the clock. The UI will become more intuitive in a little bit. Oh, yes, I moved this forward, so let me use my other one, and then that will be a completed quest. Yes, we did it. Okay. Continue. Read to me. As you're gliding across the docking concourse, you hear a scuffle. The noise of raised voices cuts through the conversation, drifting out the dockside shops. Glancing down an alley, you see a huddle of figures shouting back and forth. You spot one man in the middle of the group, surrounded, pushing the others back as they grab the bag slung over his shoulder. You don't like the way this looks, but then again, Seraphine told you to keep your head down. Do I rush in? I'm not very good at enduring. Do I intuit it? Cause a distraction. Let's cause distraction. Neutral. Okay, barely. Scary. You look around for something that could break up a fight and see thick cooling pipes running down the alley wall. You try to quickly understand the system and choose a valve to start spinning, and as you do, the system begins to vent in sequence down the alley, violent jets randomly bursting into air. There's a scramble in the alley, and you spot the figure who is being attacked drop down to the alley floor. Then your vision instantly fills with pale liquid as the jet of coolant jumps out nearby, missing you, but sending you spinning in 0G. Oh, sheesh. After a few moments, you manage to steady yourself, and as you do, you see a clear alley. The assailants have fled, with one figure gliding towards you. I suppose you think that was clever. The man gives you a severe look. You like to break up fights you didn't start. He laughs. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Belt's gonna eat you up. He shifts the large bag on his shoulder, weightless but unwieldy in 0G. How about some thanks for a fella? The man's eyebrows shoot up. You think I needed you back there? He tuts. You're the weirdest one I've ever met, that's for sure. You watch the man go, and then after a moment he stops and turns back. He rubs his forehead, looking down as he does. What's your deal anyway? He sighs. Maybe you're new here, but Hexport is no place for do-gooders. You needed help, man. He smiles. I don't think so. He shakes his head. Bunch of cowards, idiots too. Getting beat up over some crap. Scrap. Look, let's not hang out, alright? The man pats his chest. I'm Femi. He unshoulders one of the bags and pushes it toward you. Make yourself useful. Let's head. You get the strap of the bag over your shoulder and follow him through the docks, gliding past the concourse to the connected bridges. He cuts down a side passage, looking back to check where you're following. Then he stops at the docking bridge connecting to a dull green ship with yellow markings. You look out the viewing window at an odd catamaran-like shape, seemingly built from two separate hulls welded together. Symbol crash, he says. You assume that's the ship's name. Mimi, what brings in the strays? A young woman, brightly dressed, stretching as she glides, drifts into the passage. She glances at you. No offense. Yeah. Mimi shakes his head. This one. Squeeze your shoulder. He helped me fend off some Hexport scum while you were busy sunning yourself. He raises an eyebrow. I'm sure you could handle them, big bro. Her glib response hides the flash of concern that passes across your face. You can't tell if Femi noticed. Nia turns towards you. Thanks. She smiles sweetly. I'm sorry about my bro. She shoots him a glance. Just in general. Nia. Enough now. He reaches over and takes a bag where you were carrying. Nia rolls her eyes at you but stays silent. Factory Row wouldn't take these. Mimi hefts the bags. I'm gonna load them back up. Maybe we'll find a use for them. He turns back to you. Thanks for the assist, sleeper. He nods firmly. How would I expect it? He slaps the button for the bridge door and kicks off along the docking bridge on the way to the symbol crash. Nia looks at you with raised eyebrows. I hope my brother was joking, or did you really help him? It was nothing. I tried. Thank you. My brother needs more help than he admits. What do you mean? I don't know if I shouldn't have said anything. I want to ask you something. She takes a deep breath and then gives a direct look. What is she building up to? Are you looking for a crew? She looks away. Sorry to be direct, but you seem, well, if you're on Hexport, maybe you're with a crew? She stops herself. I mean, maybe your crew needs a crew. I mean, or maybe you're looking? Why do you ask? Look, I'll be honest. Being on a crew with my brother is nice, but he is suffocating me. She frowns at her own bluntness. I'm not a kid anymore, you know? But he still sees me like one. She shrugs. I want to show him I can handle this. I need experience. I need to run some contracts. She gives you a determined look. What do you say? Hey everybody, Udaflex the player here, thinking about the situation. I think our situation is so dire and questionable that I should not adopt this person into our group, even though she seems to be looking for that kind of adventure. Honestly, I'm not so sure about it. I'm a good salvager, alright? You can use me. Spot things, find gaps, weighs in. She folds her arms across her chest. I know what I'm doing. Amy taught me well. She glances at the ship. Just consider it, okay? Let me prove myself. I don't know. Suddenly a shout from the ship, echoing down the passage. Amy, it makes both of you nervous. Nia looks in this direction. I should go. She pushes off towards the docking bridge. We're waiting. Nia gives you one last glance as she departs, and then disappears into the docking bridge, leaving you alone in the passage. Alright, new location available. What's this one? The warehouses, and the exchange, and a bar. Okay, okay. Any suggestions? Do you guys want to go to the bar? Yeah, okay. I think Moonbrand would want to go to the bar, so we're gonna go there. You can play Star and Stoker, sorry, Freudian slip. S&S is a space gambling game played with custom magnetic dice. Chits? I'm gonna call them chits for my sanity. Chits are stashed in a symbol marked cans, and winning is ruthlessly luck-based. Buy a Ben's Fry, a plastic bag of salt fleck tubers. The Ben's Fry brings spacers back to the scatter tables of the bar. Okay, I don't have any. Put 7 crypto. Oh, I just grab it. I think it's food. I think I need food. I'm gonna try. Okay. Nice. I got 2 energy for that, and I lost some money. But that's good, because now I'm full. And this one's risky. Ugh. I guess we're gonna see what a negative outcome looks like. I'm good at intuition, though, so let's try it. Oh, I lost money. You barely have a chance to bet your chits between rolls, and the game goes by in a flash. You lose a trunk, Pyro. Let's go gambling. Let's do it again. Ah, I lost again. Okay. I wouldn't lose 3 times, right? I mean, it's 50-50, right? Nice. I got 5. I'm down 8, and I got 5. I'm doing great. It says you've used all your dice for this cycle. You need to end the cycle. I gotta leave. And where do I end the cycle? On the rig? Okay. The rig is your ship and your home in the belt. While the rig is docked to the hub, there are multiple areas that you can visit. Bunks. Use dice to reduce stress. Galley. Use supplies to regain energy. Other locations will unlock as you pay, and while the rig is in the dock, your crew will also help you gather resources. You can choose which resources they should focus on in the crew task to your left. You have a random chance of acquiring at the beginning of the following cycle. This clock is the cycle clock. It will progress towards the event each cycle. Its completion will trigger significant events. It's like Persona, y'all. So we gotta be careful. Let's see here. Rig bunks. Let's see here. Sleeping quarters. Listen to quarters. Rest and recover. Sometimes it's necessary to rest, or at least try to. This will help reduce stress. I don't think I have any stress, so I'm gonna back off of that. Ask chance per cycle. On jobs for cryo. Scavenge fuel. Oh, okay, we're telling Seraphin what to do, so he's just gonna make us some money. I guess. These are fuel and these are supplies. I think we need fuel. We have no fuel. We have 14 money and 0 fuel, so we're gonna balance it out just because I don't know what any of them really do. So I'll end the cycle and see what happens. Lost energy, and then I got to re-roll my dice. Looks like I did pretty good this time. We're in trouble, Sleeper. He leans into the bunks as you're getting up. Without further explanation, he disappears down the corridor near the rear of the ship. You drift out the passage, pulling on your clothes, and glide down the length of the rig. The cool air making you shiver. Seraphin is a silhouette silently leading the way. He stops at the far end, diverting through a side door, shooting you a glance as he does. You find him inside, holding one tangle of arm-thick tubes that you're waving in the zero-G engine room. You know what these are? Tubes? Thanks, genius. These are the engine's feed lines. He waves one in the air. And before you ask, no, they aren't supposed to be waggling loose. What did you do? Oh, I see how it is. These must have broken loose when we pushed the ship hard on our way to the dark side. We are lucky the reserve tank is empty, otherwise it would have been bad. But no feed from the reserve tank means the rig's range is limited to the local region only. He thumps the large, lumpen housing of the engine. This thing can't take us far. So we fix it? That's the short of it. He whacks the engine housing again, harder this time. Let's just not been our run of luck. He turns and starts gathering the tangled feet of lines, his frustration evident in the violence of his movements. We will need a new set of these, that's for sure. He starts forcing them into a crate. So, how about you try and track them down? I'll take a look at these things here and see if I can figure out another fix for the reserve tank. He glances up from his work. From what I've heard of Hexport, Factory Row is the place to find ship fitters. Maybe you can do some recon while I sort this place out? Okay. He keeps working. Wait, there's something else. He drops the feed line and they float, waving in the air like tubular seaweed. I've heard word that Lane's on the hunt. The message went out everywhere in the local radius of Darkside. He's looking for us. Shit. You said it, he sighs, which is why we need those feed lines. I'm gonna try and work something out. Maybe I can improvise a solution. I don't know. He looks down. I'm no ship fitter. But while I do, you go hunting. See what you can turn up, okay? He smiles a weak smile. Get going. You got it, boss. You leave the engine room, the clanking sound of his cleanup efforts echoing through the ship. Fuel feed lines, that's the next step. You take a breath and head out. Fuel feed lines. You've discovered a drive. Drives help you track your objectives. The yellow arrow button in the top left of the drive menu is where you can choose which drive to track. On a drive is tracked a yellow marker. They come in two types, major and minor. Complete a major rewards 2 upgrade points and a minor is 1. Keep an eye on the drive menu as you progress to see what opportunities are available. Okay. Active, escape, export. You're being hunted and the export isn't far. Refuel, repair. Find a ship fitter. Okay. I need a ship fitter. Anyone know where I can find a ship fitter? They said I need to go to the Hexport. Where did I go? Gosh, I should pay attention better. Okay. Factory Row, that's where they said I need to go. Okay, let's hear it. Search the row. Or haul materials. It says it's filled with workers hauling material through zero-G. Helping you might win you some fans among the factories. So I'm not good at endurance, but if I use one of my 6 die... that's not very good. What if I do this one? Okay, but do I need to use a dice of that severity? I don't know, guys. Okay, I'll take the worst option. Oh, okay, did okay. It says you watch how the haulers work and you do your best to assist. It's tiring, but they appreciate your commitment. I'm building some street cred. Nice, did it, but we lost a lot of energy. Okay. It says you have a little trust in the factories, but now the trick is not to waste it. It says factory row houses you glide through the grand passages. Whatever is many bays and rooms once were, they now serve as containers of industry for every kind. Roaring manufactories precisely engineer components with rapidly shifting arms, while scrappers hammer incessantly at bent ship plates. Everywhere you look, there's energy and activity, and for good reason. Hexport itself is built on the derelict fragments of a solar reflector, and even the small amounts of energy generated by its remaining mirrors is enough to power a city of machines. It is familiar to you, of course, in a strange, far-off way because of Darkside. That place of your memories of it are a muddy haze, but it's hard to forget the glint of its hexagonal reflectors, 10 or 20 times more in number than Hexport's, and that wild, flickering city growing on the back like a tumor. Ew. In comparison, Hexport feels provincial, but deep in Factory Row, you can almost be back in Darkside. And then you see them, tubes just like the one Seraphim had waved in your face, the feed lines. You push over to the display window of the unit marked Arston Supply and the block capital cut from the hull plate. There, amongst an angled shelf of an oversized ship component, sits the feed lines like some large biomechanical tangle of snakes. You slip inside where the sound of the factory row is a little screened, and you spot a large figure working at the bench. Hunched over, concentrating, it seems he doesn't notice you enter. Hello? A sharp eye glints as the figure looks over his shoulder. Can I help you? His accent is heavy, but unknown to you. Nice place. You see a little reaction of robot. Need some? Before you can respond, he tracks your eyes to the feed lines in the window. He looks back at you with a suddenly changed expression. You can't quite place. He turns with a surprising grace and begins cleaning his hands on a cloth. Those sharp eyes scan you, but Arston's thickest features do not betray the results of the assessment. You have one of those MEVs then? He sounds out letters that you don't quite understand as he speaks. You try to recall anything you know about your ship, but the memories elude you. Perhaps Seraphim should have come along. I think so. He squints a little. Right. Look, Karsten drifts over to where you are standing, his imposing height evident. For a fellow enthusiast like you, he continues in a distinctive monotone. Let's say a few hundred cryo on clean chits. He shoots a glance at the feed lines. 400, let's say, to be precise. I don't have 400. He looks you up and down and sniffs. It's expensive, I know. It's a shame, but it's just what they're worth. He screws up his mouth a little into something that might be a smile. However, I'm more of the bartering type myself anyway. Butter sounds good. He nods sagely. There's a little favor I need a crew for, and well, you look like you might be a good fit. He tucks a cloth away in the pocket and claps his hands. I know of an old Solheim wreck out there. Very old. Relapsed. It's tucked away in a dead zone, so no one has ever really cut it. He shrugs. Not only that, but Solheim derelicts have a habit of triggering nasty security protocols when approached by an unfamiliar ship, so it's been well left alone. But a salvager like you, with an old Solheim rig, I bet it wouldn't even flinch if it saw you coming. He smiles. I have a special interest, the need for that old deck. All those Solheim ships had a data core, and while I don't care about the accounting reports or the material ledgers or whatever they kept on that damn thing, I do care about hardware. So, if I were to find you back there, with that data core in your cargo hold, clean cut and complete, well, then I could see my way doing a straight barter for those feed lines. He pauses, sniffs the air again. You just need the coordinates. Simple as that? Simple as that, he repeats in his monotone way. So, you interested? He glances back at the workbench. Because I'm a busy man. Sheesh, guys. I don't think I could make enough money in the time limit, so I think you have to take the quest. Do it. Alright then, he holds a heavy hand for you to shake, but as you automatically reach out, he grabs your forearm instead. He pulls you closer, squeezing your arm. Let's keep this one between us, alright? He half smiles, his face huge and close. It's our deal. Before you can respond, he thumbs a little drive into your palm, those coordinates, and then he lets go of your arm with what you swear is a wink. You take a moment to gather yourself, and by the time you do, a whirring feel fills the air, Arston having returned to his workbench. You turn and glide out of Karsten's supply with a glowing mix of anxiety and excitement in the pit of your stomach and the cacophony of Factory Row in your ears. A contract. Seraphine might even be impressed. You look at the drive in your palm and smile. This could be a route out. You think of leaving this place behind in possession of an improved ship too. Suddenly, a small but firm hand falls in your back, and the equally small voice coming with it. Hey, hey, wait up! You turn into the passage and see a young woman, her hair waving from a rapid glide. She clearly just came out of to catch you. She steadies herself using your shoulder. Sorry. She smiles a quick and flat smile. Wanted to catch you. I'm Junie. Her dark eyes flick around nervously. You notice the portable terminal she carries, something data scrapers call a deck, and her backpack full of components and trailing wires. What's up? Karsten, she starts, still catching her breath. He sent me to grab you. She smiles that flat smile again. Wants me to come with you on that job. I shoot down in the drive in the palm of your hand. Why didn't he tell me that? She glances back toward Karsten. I guess he forgot? He does that sometimes. She looks sheepishly at you. He just grabbed me after you two were done talking, so... Karsten's always sending me on things like this. I guess he wants me to help you out. I'll keep an eye on things. I can be pretty helpful. So, should I meet you at the ship, or can you tell me when you're ready to go? Alright, sounds good. Okay, great. She notices she still has her hand on the shoulder and takes it up. She pushes off and waves, looking forward to working with you. He calls back as an afterthought. What about the ship? Well, I'll find it. And then she disappears. This is a little suspicious. I don't know. You watch her go, glad the contract but nervous too. Will Karsten keep up his side of the bargain if you deliver? Oh. Alright, we have the crew. I don't know about this, Sleeper. Seraphine looks nervously at the rig's windows as you finish explaining Karsten's deal, as well as Junie's offer to help. If this job were easy, Karsten would have done it himself already. That means there's a catch. He frowns at the stars. There's definitely something going on with this Junie girl. I agree. I mean, she could be useful, though. No doubt. He shakes his head. We desperately help on a job like this. What if we could get the crowd together to buy the feed lines? Is that even possible? That was my thing. Is it even possible? I found a contract board in the exchange, further in station. He gestures towards export. We take on a job, that might get us some way towards buying those feed lines. Plus, even if we do want Karsten's job, a bit of money for ourselves wouldn't be a bad idea. Fill up on fuel, supplies, be ready for whatever comes. We have the time? Probably not, but without cryo for fuel and supplies, we aren't going anywhere. He sighs. Just take a look at the contract board, see what you think. And while you're at it, you might want to see if you can scare up some freelance crew, too. Any hands make light work and all that. Or, we stop messing around. We take his job right now, and we get it done before he can think twice. Seems like a whole set of bad options to me. Either way, I've still got work to do on the drive. He nods a farewell, heading back towards the engine room. Let me know what you decide. For a moment, you pause, letting the haze of plans and ideas settle in your mind. Suddenly, you curl up, pain shooting along your spine. You grit your teeth, your muscles lock tight. Your vision narrows as your eyes squeeze shut. You feel a shift, as if some connection has been broken. It's almost impossible to describe, like you're floating away from your body, dispersing, dissolving. There is nothing familiar in the pain, nothing to hold on to. You grit your teeth. And then another shift comes, and you are back in your body, trembling against the metal wall of the passage. The pain slowly fades, becoming a pulsating throb and a residual flicker. You flex in zero's G, stretching out the tension. There's a strange sensation of distance that persists beyond the pain. A disconnection between your body and yourself, flickering numbness that refuses to recede. You wonder if the reboot had done something to your body, or if this was some new sensation that you'll have to live with indefinitely. It strikes you that you know so little about the body that houses you. You could be moments away from collapse, or it might persevere for countless cycles like this. You shake off the feeling, pushing your hands against each other until they feel like they're yours again. Time is the only thing you need, and right now, it's running out fast. You head for the airlock. You have work to do. Oh boy. It says you have unlocked the new contract. Open the map to view it. Where's the map? The contract board? Math. Ooh, okay, so we're in space. Okay. Did you guys know we're in space? It says contracts are high-risk, high-reward jobs that you and your crew can take on. You require preparation and care to succeed. You'll need to get enough fuel to travel there. You need supplies. Keep your crew going. Look for opportunities to recruit crew, temporarily or permanently, to help you on the contract. Consider which crew to take carefully. They have different skills and stress resistances, and who you choose can affect the story. And once you're ready, select the contract. Alrighty. So hold on. If we were going to do this, it says here, straight barter to feed the lines. Track 1 data core, 1 feeling. Oh, it's right here. Okay. It says I don't even have enough fuel to go. We need 3 fuel, I guess. All right. So I don't think we're ready. We can't even get there. So I think we need more money. I need to get more health. I'd like to explore some places I haven't been. The bar, you can get more health. But we also have a bit of a kitchen here. Make a meal. Input 1 supplies. Nah, I'm gonna wait. Okay, I've got Seraphine. Odd jobs. Okay. Fuel. I think I need to get more crew members. I think that would help a ton. Complete board contract. It says Seraphine advised you to get a contract from the board to help pay for an escape. I think that is probably a good thing to do. Okay. Let's explore around. Let's kind of see what else we got here. This looks like warehouses, exchange, okay. I can trade scrap, is all about identifying materials. It's a little dangerous. It requires the engineering skill. Rules of exchange. So that's like a quest to complete. I think I should go back and talk to that person who wanted to join me. Where was that? That was at... was it here? Where'd that kid go? Dang, I should have said join me before then. Let's see here. Export exchange, trade scrap, impress the brokers. What else do we got? We got contract board, supply, deliver a data core, or buy the feed lines if we get enough money. Material processing. We can resell, sell raw scrap. Scrapyard shift. Okay, I think what I want to do is maybe just buy a little bit more energy. Buy a little bit so I don't die or pass out or get stressed out or whatever. I have abilities here. Oh yeah, here's the character screen. Welcome to the character screen where you can upgrade and configure your sleeper. On the left you can upgrade skills, and to the right you can upgrade your push, the unique ability of your class. When upgrading your push, only 1 upgrade at each level can be active at once. I don't think I have any points yet. Oh, it says 1 point available, okay. Can I get the... I'm learning the UI, fellas. Or... And this one says, reboot config. +1 stress, but I re-rolled my lowest dice. No damage on push reroll. Roll +1 dice. Okay, I think I need more points before I can get anything. How can I re-roll? Am I able to re-roll these? use my ability? Oh, push? We'll figure that out later. Okay. So I have some stuff. Let's go ahead and go to the quest, I guess, the contract board. And it says here, Station Management have located a Conway signal. They are concerned to see one so close and looking for someone to disable it. Disable the signal sort, and I give you 200. Ah, that's pretty good. You can buy the contract and try it. So I gotta buy it. The only way I know how to make money is gambling. Freight storage. I can load freight, but I'm not good at enduring. If I do material processing using the interface skill. Alright, we'll try it. We'll give it a shot. We are proficient in interface. Okay. What do we get for this? We got 10 money. Yeah, okay, okay. And then you can sell raw scrap. I don't think we have any. This one is dangerous and it uses the engineer skill. Our success is not very good with that. Okay, we're not engineers. So let's go ahead and use this one. Let's just make a lot of money. Nice, more money. Give me more money. Let's try this one. Alright, okay, we got tons of money. We worked a full day. And I'm gonna back out and go to what's in the engine? I haven't been to the engine yet. It says the fuel capacity is extremely low. Oh, we need those feed lines, okay. Alright, let's go to the bunks. Rest and recover. That's okay. We're gonna end the cycle. Okay. Next up, how do I use my push ability? Recycle energy. Maybe I haven't unlocked it yet. We'll see. Alright. Keep it simple. So now we can buy a contract, I suppose. And I'm going to give them 10 chits, and I'll buy it. So we've accepted the contract, and now it's on the map. I'm going to go to the map. The map is right here. Okay. It says here it only takes 2 in order to go there. Station management have located a Conway signal. Alright, let's try it. And I got... Oh, she can join us. Okay, great. She can join us. And then we got this guy. I don't know where she is, but it's okay. So we will travel. Sure, let's do it. Let's run it. It's a drone. Seraphine spots the signal source first, light barely shimmering off its dark hull plating, a design trait that betrays its covert use. The flash catches your attention and you see a rent in the hull through which the red lights pulse. Wounded. Seraphine shakes his head. Wish they'd finished the job. You seen one before? We've seen one before, don't you? Sorry, I know it's not your fault. Dude, I lost my memory. Give me a break. He looks at the drone. Lane had us work on one in Darkside Bay, although it was barely a shell, disarmed and deactivated. He had us searching through its guts for salvage. Even that one gave me the creeps, and it had its core ripped out. Pushes the ship closer. This one is still live. Conway. Nia kisses her teeth. Corporate scum. You glance over to her and see the fire in her bright eyes. They don't even dare to come here and force us out themselves. It's all proxies and drones. Typical core-bred cowards. Run into them before? You might say that. You won't see me taking my eyes off that thing for a second. Seraphine carefully glides the ship closer. You watch the drone. The system is full of these things now, running missions for their operators. Rare to see one out in the belt though. Maybe it got hit during a run-in with Senate Stat Mercs. It looks like it's drifting. Most of the system's blown out. But look, there. He jabs a finger towards a red light on the far side of the drone. It's still broadcasting, and maybe even receiving. Are we safe? Unlikely. That it can attack us. Would have blasted us if it could. Comforting. She looks a little nervous, me too. Seraphine brings you even closer. What I remember from the dark side job is that the central core and the broadcast array need to be shut off to kill these things. Or we'll turn off all local systems and the broadcast array will sever the link with the convoy operators. He swallows, but you can bet those systems are protected. Can we blow it up? No, I'm just gonna shut up. Your attention is suddenly drawn by the shudder of the drone, like a tremor running along its length. This thing is rigged to blow, Sleeper. He frowns. We go slow and careful. We don't touch anything we don't know about. He turns back to Nia. You hear that? I got you. Seraphine brings the rig to a stop, close enough for you to cross the open space to reach the drone's hull. Let's suit up. You head down the airlock to prepare. As you get suited up, you think of corporate war taking place in the inner system. The war that this drone was driven from. Out there, on the shore of the conflict, the biggest danger is this flotsam and jetsam drifting. The tides and the orbits of the system might one cycle bring war with it. For now, the belt is outside of its reach, but looking out at the red pulsing drone, that doesn't give much comfort. Welcome to your first contract. While on a contract, you will be able to assign 2 dice for each crew member that you would assign your own dice. Pay attention to the crew's skills and use them effectively. On certain outcomes, the crew will take stress. When their stress is full, you will no longer be able to use them to perform actions. While on your contract, your energy bar will automatically be supplied for each cycle you have available supplies. When your supplies are depleted, both you and your crew will take 1 stress per cycle. Contracts also have their own contract stress. When this bar is filled, the contract will fail. Good luck. Okay. I wish I knew what these icons did. Okay, engineer looks like a wrench. Interface is like 2 triangles touching each other. Endure would be something like a medical cross. Intuit is a diamond, like a eye. And engage is like moving forward. Okay, so looks like our friend here is good at endurance and engaging. Our friend here is good at intuition. So let's see here. What we gotta do? We got the exposed interior. Let's check that out first, I guess. We need intuition for this one. Identify the route. It might be possible to slip through the gap of the drone's hull, but once inside, where to go? How to find the broadcast array? Nia's pretty good at intuition. I bet she could do it. Alright, let's do it. I've got it. Easy. Do it. Run it. Pretty slick, right, Sleeper? Yeah, nice one. Oh, shoot. We have to do a lot of that, don't we? And then create opening. If there's a gap and the drones sustain some sort of damage with a lot of effort, might be able to pry it away. Okay, my buddy here is able to do this pretty well. Okay, we're making progress, but let me double check this side. Control axis. Getting inside the drone requires care as much as force. I don't know if we need both of these or just one of them. But I guess we'll just do our best. This one's more risky. Let's try it. Oh, we got stress. Okay. Uh-oh. If it goes through multiple phases, it's gonna blow up. And we will not use her intuition on this. It's okay, guys. I have intuition. I'm gonna use my good... Oh, I can use my push ability. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, buddy. It says, as your stress increases, you will have a higher chance to take damage to your action dice each time you roll them. Damage, what? I'm gonna ignore that for now. So I've got a good stack here, really good stack. I should be able to identify the route here. We're making progress. good. During a contract, you can use your push ability once per cycle to give you an edge in a tricky situation. I figured that out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you. I figured that one out. Okay. I'm lucky this one uses intuition. Okay, this should do it. Let's try it. Great. Okay, so we figured that out. You hear the bleeping immediately. Among the chamber and cabling of the drone's interior, something has started counting down. Guys, does anyone hear that? Because I'm getting nervous. Shit. His voice joins hers. This is what I was worried about. Are we screwed? I can't be sure. He dropped his voice to a whisper, as if it might make a difference. Either this thing is about to blow on a distress call, or it's about to blow. Sorry, either it's about to send out a distress call or it's about to blow. Both bad. I don't like either. We've got to shut down the system fast. He pauses. Then we move to the other side, because I bet you there's a surprise waiting there for us too. We good? Am I heading back to the ship or what? We're good. Keep going. Shuts off the channel. Take a moment in silence. Alright, time to deal with this fast. Then get over to the other side before something happens. Broadcast system. Access hatch. Drone death. Disable the core. Shut down the broadcast array. Once both are done, the convoy drone won't bother anyone anymore. We need that real bad. Oh, I'm running out of dice. What am I supposed to do if I'm out of dice? Are they gonna force me to use Nia's bad dice? I'm just gonna end the cycle. Hopefully we don't die. Okay. That's not good. We lost the day. Interface. Who's good at interfacing? Am I good at interfacing? I'm decent. Yeah, I'm good at it. I'm really good. Good at interfacing. Okay. I got this, guys. Don't worry about it. Yeah, 4 is not very good. How about a 5 is decent. I'm just gonna use this. I'm hacking into the mainframe. Okay, and then maybe one more. We'll do it. Let's try it. Nice. Disable the core. Okay. Whoa. Drone countermeasure. Something is... Shut down the broadcast array once both are down. Ooh, okay. I need to do this one now. Okay. We need to release the hatch. Or reprogram the hatch. Anyone got any good engineer stuff? Am I a good engineer? I'm neutral. This one is interface. I'm good at interfacing. Right? Okay. Let's try it. I am going to push this because I need to make these work. Okay. Can I do this? Am I good at this? No, I'm not good at this. How about Nia? Is she good at that? Decent. She's not that great. Oh my gosh, this is kind of scary. Okay, I'm gonna use this, and it's gonna be risky, but we'll try. Okay, we did it. Stressful, but we did it. Oh man. I'm getting nervous. If we don't play this right, we may not be able to do this. So if Nia uses her 5-star dice, she's gonna get 75 chance to move it forward. Same deal here, but this one's risky if we do this one. I think we gotta risk it. Okay, neutral. Getting stressed out. This one is 50-50. That does look messy, I don't know. How about you? Ooh, that one's messy too. Ooh, we got screwed on the skills that we have here. Okay, we're gonna put the rest of it into this more neutral one. I think risky, if it punishes you, is not gonna be as bad. Okay. Okay. Ooh, we only have 2 more. This don't look too good. I concur. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, oh. I am going to use one more supply, get better dice. Then I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. You've used all your energy and are now starving? Oh shoot. Can I eat? Do we have any food? We have no supplies. Oh my gosh, this mission is awful. Go to a casino. This is my casino. Okay. I'm gonna risk it. I gotta do it. Even though I don't know how to engineer. Ooh. Okay. I re-rolled one and it was bad. Okay. We just gotta try. Okay. Okay, 2 more. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm good at interface. Okay, okay. Does anyone have a better roll? Okay, it's gotta be me. I'll do it. Oh, barely made it. Hope this is over. This is disconnect backup. Okay, Nia's good at intuition, so she'll do it. Core disabled. Oh, we need 2 more. Sheesh. Do it already. Okay. We got 1 more. 50-50. Come on. What about me? Can I do it? 50-50. I'm not sure about this. Fine. Okay, okay, but we didn't blow up. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. We only have 1 dice left. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we barely made that. Wow. That was awful. I need to bring... that was very stressful. I need to bring 3 people next time. That was not smart, bringing only 2. The thumbing, the pulsing interior of the drone goes still for the first time since you boarded it. You look across Seraphine and Nia, share a smile. You all exhale loudly so it can be heard over the suit-shared comm channel. The drone is dead. 1 less piece of Conway shit to worry about. We killed it. Don't get too excited. It was looking pretty rough when we got here. You make your way out of the hull, the drone now faintly rolling in one direction, its stabilizers offline. Nia catches up with you as you glide towards the rig. We make a pretty good crew, Sleeper. Yeah, we do. She grins wildly. She punches you on the arm playfully. You reach the rig's airlock and make one last look towards the drone's dark hole. It catches the light as it rolls through in the vacuum. At some point in the near future, this drone will likely be smashed to pieces by one of the many asteroids of the belt. Spread across the This place is twinkling dust. The thought pleases you. As does the thought of all the cryo export now owes you. Time to go collect. Aw, yeah. We can now leave via the map. Contract concluded. Would you like to leave? Yeah. Thank goodness. That was very stressful. I am starving. After docking at Hexport, Seraphine lets go of the controls and leans back in his chair. Nia leans over to you. Thank you, Sleeper. I know you took a chance on me. Hey, glad to have you. He smiles an infectious smile. Feels good to make a contract work, no matter how we pull it off. It's hard not to agree, and it feels better than the Hexport courier comes with a lockbox full of chits. Blaine may still be hunting you, but this should help the effort to slip his net. Water. Suddenly, you hear a familiar voice. Nia! Emi glides into view, approaching from the docks. He fixes you with a stare. What are you playing at, Sleeper? She wanted to come. You go to speak, but Nia drifts forward, cutting you off. Don't come throwing your weight around, Emi. I make my own decisions. She glances back at you. Sleeper took me at my word, and I'm grateful. He's fuming. Did they now? Turns to you. Well, if you're working for a sleeper, I hope you got paid well. Nia looks away. Well, I asked, so... Oh, so they aren't paying you? Seraphine crosses his arms. Let's keep this civil. He realizes the first time he's meeting Femi. If we're being civil, it seems like Nia's owed her share. We gotta pay her share, guys. We couldn't have done it without her. Come on. You grab around a quarter of the shits from the lockbox and hand them out to Nia. She takes them sheepishly. Alright then, Femi smiles. We're good here. He turns to leave. She mouths a sorry and then follows across the docks. Seraphine watches him go. Sure know how to pick 'em, Sleeper. He shakes his head. He turns away and heads towards the docking bridge. I just hope we aren't going to end up with a stack of crypto short when we need to get out of here. That was a tough thing to do, but we had to do it. It needed to be done. It says you've just completed a drive and earned the upgrade point. You have push upgrades available. Go to the character screen. Yes, sir. 2 points available. Alright. I don't want to get the Endure skill because I'm so bad at it. Maybe the Engineer skill because I don't have that unlocked either. But let's see here. This might be good. No damage on push reroll. Or reroll +1 dice. And it says -2 stress if you reroll a 6. Reroll a random dice but +1 rolled. What? Reroll dice cannot be at 1, or reroll random dice but plus rolled 1. You know, I think damaging a dice can be pretty devastating. But I think that re-rolling multiple dice can be good in a pinch, so use this, I guess. Try it. I need to eat. I am very hungry. So I'm gonna go to the cantina, and oh, we have a lot of money, so buy one of those. Buy another one of those. Okay, okay. And should I go gambling? Yeah, I can use one of my lower dice to go gambling. Let's go gambling. I got 5. I don't think it's worth it. I think the dice are very valuable. You don't want to waste time in this game. So I feel like I need to find a way to get the stress down before the next mission. Sleeping recovers stress when not on a contract. The safe thing to do. I guess I can use my less valuable dice on it. Ah, I failed. Okay, whatever. Well, no harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. So let's go. What's in the warehouse? It says someone with enduring can probably make money here. That's not me. And then trade scrap with the engineer. Trading scrap is all about identifying materials, so it has an engineer ability, but I'm not very good at that, so impress the brokers by interfacing. The data brokers are at the heart of the exchange, rules of the exchange. Let's do that. Sounds fun. Yes, okay. I'm good at that. I think early on in this game, it's good to do things I'm good at. Good. Okay. Oh, whoops. Dang, I lost my place. Let's see what's at the board here. No contracts yet. I guess it was this place. I guess it opened up. It says you can fill up your supplies if you have enough cryo. You can fill your supply capacity in a single order. That's probably more efficient. 75, 15 times 5. Oh, it's about the same. Buy fuel. It's only 5 fuel depots can be found. Fill fuel. How much fuel do we have? Okay. I am gonna get my dude here to do some odd jobs, make us more money, and I think that we have enough fuel. We're gonna buy up some fuel, might as well. No, we'll wait. It's good to know you can buy fuel here, though. So the trading is here. Unlock that. We got a canteen. Get the canteen. Most trade halls have a canteen. 13. I bet that's probably gonna heal a lot. What else is here? We got the. Okay, we have something we can fill up here, I think. We're good at interfacing, so let's try this one. Made some money. Okay, so we can make money there. That's good. That is good. And we need more money. So I'll end my day. And ooh, my dice are damaged. Why do my dice keep damaging? Is that stress? We have 185. What's on the map? I think that we're gonna get forced into doing this mission. I don't think we're gonna have enough money to do it. In order to do it, we need 3 fuel. We need to definitely get enough supplies. I think we just need to go do it. I don't think we have enough, and then I don't know why my dice keep going down, so I think it needs to be done. I think we need to make it happen. I don't think there's any other allies to get on this quest yet. and Stoker. Or I could gamble all of my money and try and figure it out. Okay, now let's go on that mission. I think it's time to do it. So I'll go to the trade hall and I will fill up all my supplies for 75 cryo. Okay, that felt bad. And then we'll go ahead and fill up all my fuel. And okay, so we're full on fuel, full on supplies. So we're done here, and then now I'll go to the canteen. 13. Oh, I don't need that. All I gotta go is to this canteen, and then I will buy the Ben's fry. And now I'm full. Okay. So I think I just gotta go on the mission now. I think and that's all we have left. It could work, but I don't know. Okay. Go to the map. Let's go to the mission. Solheim. And we have 3... Oh, she's not available now. Are you kidding me? Okay, I guess we have 2. Travel to contract. Yes. The Solheim derelicts fills the cockpit windows, all twisted plates and skeletal strutwork. You watched it in horror and fascination as Seraphim completed the approach, both of you silent in the presence of this decaying beast. Now, as you settle beside it, Seraphine is the first to break the silence. This thing is already dead. He shakes his head. It's a corpse, Sleeper. He nudges the ship closer, looking for a place to dock. If I touch this thing too hard, it'll crumble to dust. Let's not do that. He does a little mock salute. Aye aye. He rolls his eyes. Any other tips? Take us up there. That's the bridge. Junie points towards one end of the ship. Both you and Seraphine turn around, having forgotten she was even in the cockpit. She hasn't said a word since you departed. She glances at both of your bemused faces. What? He looks away. Sorry, that's where we need to go. Stop pointing. Bossy. Seraphine nods towards Junie. She's not wrong, Sleeper. The bridge would be a good start. To the bridge, then. Seraphine nods and brings the ship under control. Let's do it. Seraphine takes control of the ship, avoiding the debris field closer to the center of the wreck. He settles in position near a protrusion at the far end. This is as far as I'll go. He taps at the anchoring controls. We should be able to anchor the ship with those plates. You hear Junie begin to protest from behind you, but it's too late. He wires 2 piton-tipped anchored lines at the nearest solid hull plates. Piton slams into the plates. Despite their solid appearance, they instantly shatter. Fragments spin out across the wreck, slicing into other plates and building a spiraling storm of debris. That's not good. Shit. He nudges the ship back and steadies it as the debris cascades across the surface of the wreck. The damage seems mostly superficial, but it just underlies how fragile the derelict is. Let's not do that again. She glances between the two of you. The data core will be very fragile. We have to... We've got it. He snaps. We've got it. He angrily unclips from his seat. Last thing I need is a backseat driver. He kicks off and glides past the corridor. Not gonna get into that. You follow Seraphine down the passage with Junie close behind. As you reach the airlock, he already angrily is suiting up, his frustration evident. Seraphine's a kind of angry man, you know? Alright, keep your cool, friend. Yeah. No hard feelings, right? Glances at Junie. He checks the seal on his shoulders, but this is a job, not a social event. The rest of the preparation process takes place in tense silence, each of you considering the delicate job ahead. You suit up too, though you don't need your helmet to breathe. You slide one on and lock the seals for protection. The wreck isn't going to give up its salvage easily. The core should be near the bridge, maybe even inside it. But there's a lot of wreck here, and it might be a good salvage tucked away in the cargo hold. Once the suits are on and the seals are checked, you cycle the lock and stare out at the vast expanse of the twisted hulk before you. Time to get to work. Ooh, we got a big job, huh? So we got the corroded airlock, the bridge entry, and then we have a depressurized bay. And already we've taken damage. Oh, Bran is leaving. See you, Bran. Have a good one. Good night. Have a good day tomorrow. Derelict stress. Lock dissection. It will take longer, but cutting away from the lock layer by layer is the safest way to make it through. Or force the lock with the engage ability. Forget being delicate. The clock is running on the contract, and forcing the lock is the fastest way to get it. Well, you know, Seraphine's good at engage, so I think that's a decent thing to do. Alright. Ooh, we got some crisis. +1 per cycle. Uh-oh. Contract stress has triggered a crisis. Crisis will add 1 contract stress per cycle unless resolved. What? That is not good. What else do we got? I think we're all bad at engineering. That's not good. I guess I'm okay at engaging, so let me push. And that looks a little bit better. Okay, let's try and force the lock. Okay, making progress. This mission is not going as good as the first. Let's... Hull breach. Okay. We need to deal with this. Endure. Here you go, Seraphine. You broke it, you fix it. He's the only one who's decent at that. Endurability. I'm not good at it. Okay. What about you, Junie? Junie is not really good. Okay. Seraphine's gotta make it happen. Holy smoke, this sucks. This sucks. Let's just find the things we're good at for now. Find access point. There has to be a way among the shattered hull. And use a lot of intuition. Then how about... I think, just based on the dice that we have, we gotta use our intuition here. Find the access point. We are getting our ass kicked on this one. Okay. Okay. Should I even try this one? Might as well. Lucky. Alright, and we're not going to use that one dice there. Let's go ahead and back here. Shipboard kitchen. Make a meal. No. Rest. Well, we can rest. We need to. But not with someone else's dice. We're gonna end the cycle. Decent rolls for me. And we need to fix this hull breach. Like that has to happen. So we're gonna use this guy to try and fix what he broke. Sealing it. Am I good at this? Not really, because I don't have an endure skill. But we need to fix this or else we don't have... We're gonna be screwed. I use my best dice on this one. Oh, brother. Good, thank goodness. Okay, so that's been fixed. And with our remaining dice, we'll keep going and trying to find an access point. Guess I can use my push ability. Ooh, but my dice are dying. No. I'm stressed. I'm stressed and not blessed. I need to handle my stress. So we're gonna use Junie, I guess, even though she's... We'll give it a shot. Okay, she's not doing good. My thinking is that we go ahead and use my remaining thing to recover. Oh, your clock is ticking. No time to rest? Sheesh. This is awful. This mission's going terrible, man. I might lose this one. Oh no. Okay, that was a bad idea. It says one of your dice is broken due to losing all the dice health. They can be repaired at the rig for a cost once the workshop is available. I don't have a workshop. No. I threw it through the game. This mission is not gonna. Okay, let's try again. Oh, this is not good. Okay, what do we got here? We can try and force the lock still. Might as well keep trying that. Okay, we're making it. Dang it, we created more crisis. How about this? Let's try it. Okay, so at least we figured that out. It says the bridge of the derelicts lies silent. The pale beams of your suit lamp catch the rows of the terminal and clouds of glittering dust. Wires wave like seaweed, and the whole scene appears as if underwater, chaotic but still. Junie glides past you, disturbing the dust and taking you by surprise as she does. She has been a stoic presence so far, but in this moment she sees drawn forward by some force of curiosity. You watch as she bats away debris and begins checking terminals. What's going on? She doesn't seem to hear you, or at least she's ignoring you. She already is prying an access panel off one of the more intact-looking terminals, and as she does, puffs of rust color and vacuum around. Wait, as she does, puffs of rust color the vacuum around her red. What? What's going on? He turns back to the terminal and finishes prying off the plate. Then, quickly, she reaches inside, fishing around for something. Her hand comes back out with a waving cable topped with a thick connector. As soon as she sees it, she slips a keyboard-sized deck out from somewhere on her person. She runs her hands across the back until she finds the right port and slots in the connector. All this happens in a few seconds, the routine, practiced, and precise. It's hard not to be impressed. Nice doing. We'll see, she says. Her fingers dance across the deck's keyboard, and a burst of static lights up the Solheim terminal screen. The sudden burst of light and color take you by surprise. Her fingers tap away, the terminal screen flashing with blocks of color and lines of code. It buzzes and vibrates, its long-dead systems forced back into chaotic life. Then, all at once, it goes dark. The terminal's dead. Shit. She hisses beneath her breath. Useless. You cannot tell if it's an insult directed at the terminal or herself. What are you doing? Looking for something useful? Useful for the contract, that is? She glances down. A map of the ship. Plans. You know. The cradle of the data core can't be far. She pushes off from the terminal, gliding away from you. I'll start looking. She calls back and heads to the other side of the bridge. Surfing glides up beside you. Everything alright? What do you think of Junie? The kid? You know better than me. Keeps to herself. He squints at her retreating form. Serving stretches in his suit. I have to admit, it's nice to be back working, especially now that we're the ones who reap the benefits. He claps you on the shoulder. Feels good to be taking our fate into our own hands. I am very stressed right now. You know, I know it's pretty rough here back on Hexport, and out here we're as likely to get shredded by debris as find some damn data core. But aren't you glad we made a break for it? He pauses. I mean, I am. I just don't want to speak for you. I mean, we'll see. I'm very stressed. That's true. This thing is going to catch up with us one day. Look, once we've got a bit of space behind us, once we've gone the distance, if we even manage to get that far, don't feel you owe me. I'm no charity case. You want us to go our separate ways? Fine by me. He meets your eyes. Just do me the favor of telling it to my face. Aw, man, that won't happen, man. You're my homie. He nods, but doesn't respond. At that moment, he shines his torch onto the dark, checking the rows and the terminals across the bridge. You watch the glittering dust as it eddies in the beam. He sighs. Let's get to it. You watch as he crosses the bridge, his torch probing the dark corners. You feel a chill run through your body as you imagine the people that once ran in the ship. The Solheim crew surely long dead. What was it like here before the collapse, when this system was the jewel in Solheim's crown? It's impossible to know. That history is lost to you now. All you can do is pick what you can from the ruins. my gosh. We have a new crisis. It says here we need to hack the protocol. Thankfully, I'm good at that, so let's do it. Okay. Didn't make a lot of progress there. Alright, halfway. Junie's good at this, thankfully. And I think one more, and we'll avert this crisis for now. Thank goodness, okay. Okay, we got how many more of these? We need to do some more cargo entry. And on the bridge, something new has opened up that uses interface and endure. So, okay. Data core location. We're trying to find that data core. Let me go ahead and end the cycle. I mean, my dice are taking damage. I mean, this is really bad. I didn't understand the stress mechanic. Oh my gosh, I hate this. I did not understand the stress mechanic. I get +1 stress. I think I get it now. I think what's going on is that if the stress goes up too high, then my dice will start to take damage after they reach, if they don't roll above a certain number. So if they don't roll above 4, then I will take damage to the dice. And then eventually if I break my dice, they're all gone. Which is terrifying, and I wish I knew that before. Thankfully my human comrades don't have that problem. I think we were really close to finishing this, so we only need some intuition to do it. And my man is good at endurance, so I don't want to do something dangerous. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, do we have one more? I'm the only one who is good at this. Oof, risky. Oh my gosh. Oh, I hate this. Okay, let's try one more. I am maximum stress. I am the king of stress. I am the king of stress. We just need one more. I can't risk it on these guys anymore. Let's cut our losses. We'll get back to that one. We'll roll something better. And let's just reboot stuff. Thankfully, our friend here can handle a lot of stress, so I'm just gonna risk it. Ugh. I don't think we're gonna make it. I think this mission is moot. I think I screwed it up by not understanding the stress mechanic. I have no dice. As it started as a creeping dullness, something that drew you further from the world cycle by cycle, but now in this moment of waking it is a shifting pain. It jumps across your body faster than you can follow and you jerk against it. As you do, a numbness starts to spread across the skin as if you're sinking into cold water. The pain dances across the numbness as if it was skimming on the surface, but then, as you submerge, it becomes distant, and you realize you are leaving this body, your frame. No! Suddenly, something pulses inside of you, some system you have never felt before, and it does, you feel yourself external to your frame, remaining on the surface. You don't feel your limbs or organs, you barely have your thoughts. You are a pulsing point, a compressed self flickering out. You see figures, unrecognizable shadows gathering around you. You feel the tug of a single thread binding you to your frame, keeping you from floating away. And at the end of the thread, something pulses and glows, rebuilds itself from a new, more unstable form. Your frame will recover, but it will be changed this cycle. It will bear the weight of keeping you alive. It will break some part of itself, of yourself, so you may persist. You watch as it does and anticipate waking into this newly distorted self. And then as you awake, somehow together, somehow apart, in pain and a little more broken than before, not knowing if your survival is a miracle or a burden. Wow, I got 3 dice. You gained a permanent glitch. A permanent glitch is represented in red on your glitch clock and will not be expended when rolling glitch dice. You now have a chance of rolling glitch dice every cycle. This cannot be fixed. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I really screwed myself up, didn't I? What the hell? The hell? Glitch dice. But I don't even have any things to... Goodness gracious. Screwed it, didn't I? I'm just gonna run it. I'm just gonna run it. This was a learning run. I haven't had this much failure since back in the day when I played what was it called? Faster Than Light. Yeah, let's just run it. We gotta use all of our dice. Oh, she's out. Glitch dice. What does it do? %20 positive, 80% negative. That is awful. That's not good. That is very bad. We found a core. It's right here. Isolate the core. And then slice the core. One way of getting the core out is to cut it free physically. I just gotta keep hacking it. Oh my gosh. No. No. We failed. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. We have no more supplies. Oh my gosh. Even my friend here died. Oh my gosh. Oh well, let's run it out. I'm glitching. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah. There was a horrifying lurch. You are sent spinning through the bay you were crossing in a hail of debris. You watch as the side of the bay silently tears open in front of you, a gaping black maw oozes with flying debris. You stare into it, your breath heavy on your ears, your eyes wide. Suddenly, you feel a tug on your back, your tether. As you spin back from the sudden arrest of your glide, you see Seraphim holding on to the other end, reeling you towards him. "We have to go, sleeper." The voice hums urgently over the comms channel. "This place is done." You both make your way through the splitting derelict in silence, charting a path through what were once passages but are now twisting tubes like the intestinal tract of some dead creature. Eventually, you make it out on the surface and find the rig is still tethered but gashed in debris and scars. You're going to pay for this. Let's hope she still flies. You tether yourself and push off from the hull, Seraphim guiding you to the debris. Below you, the derelict is exploding in slow motion, tearing apart in a swarm of razor-edged shards. All this and no core. And the rig's torn up too. You don't have much to offer an answer. He's right. This job was a disaster. You just hope that it isn't terminal. "It's gone." Her voice comes through faintly over the comms. "Whole ship is falling apart." "No shit. Contract's a bust." What a waste. And then the channel clicks off. You arrive in the rig's airlock and bundle yourself inside, noticing the exterior damage. It looks mostly superficial, but it will no doubt take its toll on the ship. Once you're back in the cockpit, you look out at the derelict shattered form. It seems you'll be its last visitors. Man. That sucks, bro. That sucks. Contract concluded. Would you like to leave? Leave. Well, you reduce some stress when you go home. But I'm starving. I keep glitching out. I need to speak to both of you. On the journey back, you notice a change in Junie, hardening. Now she seems very different from the nervous hacker you first brought with you. I know we failed to extract the core, but I want to be honest about why I came here. I don't work for him. Perhaps that was obvious, and I didn't want to bring him the core. We both exchanged glances. You lied? You would have taken it? I don't know, Sleeper. Yes, perhaps I would have. But I also would have spoken to you, explained myself. You know how many of those cores are left intact? Suddenly gripped by emotion. Like it or not, we live in Solheim Shadow, in their ruins, and yet we know almost nothing. What chance do we have of understanding how we got here when others like them, like Senestat and Conway, are descending on the system? This station and most of the other habitats of the belt are built on the Solheim Foundation. She frowns. Yet we are too busy scavenging them to take a look for answers. Men like Karsten want nothing but the raw materials of the cores like the ones we lost. She shakes her head. We can do better. We learn our history and how the system was settled. We could better learn the technology we built our lives on. We could uncover Solheim's crimes and seek to make amends. She meets your eye. We could see beyond survival towards something else. You have never heard Junie speak like this, and you realize you may take in nervousness for what was actually control. This person in front of you, mourning the data core, is the real Junie. Not that it matters. She glances away. It's all lost now. Keep your honesty, Seraphim cuts in. It's worthless to us. He completes the landing protocols and begins shutting the rig's engines off. We don't have time for confessions. She looks crestfallen. Karsten won't come for you. That's what you're worried about. He's ignorant and stubborn, but he's vengeful. That's not what we were worried about. Is her pointed look. Let me explain it. You tell her about the feed lines Karsten has, about you and Seraphim fleeing something, and that you can't run further without him. She nods along, her eyes darting back and forth as if trying to calculate something in her mind. He turns to you. If you have any bright ideas on how to get those feed lines, now would be the time, Sleeper. There is another way, she interrupts. I could help you steal the feed lines. She stares both of you with determination. We could do it together. Seraphim looks at you with raised eyebrows. It seems he's noticing a change in Junie too. Carson's an idiot. You can hack his security and pull him out of there. You seem tough. We can do it. Seriously? He gives you a kind of withering expression that would have thought her, you wouldn't have thought her capable of several cycles ago. Seriously. She looks between the two of you. Export hasn't exactly been kind to me. You two trusted me, even though I didn't deserve it. I'm not used to that. I want to repay it. Not to mention that Karsten is probably ripping you off. Even if you get the cryo, who's to say he won't raise the price? Trust me, he's no good. I was trying to deal with Karsten to get those derelict coordinates the moment I arrived here, and he ran me in circles. She shakes her head. Servant is watching her closely. Even if I do take you at your word, which, given everything, seems a little tough, how do you even do this? You're telling me we just drift in there and take the feed lines? Look, I get it. You don't trust me. She pauses. But what if I have a vested interest in this working out? There's nothing left for me here, and I don't much feel like hanging around waiting for Karsten to figure out my involvement in all this. I need a safe passage. You need the feed lines to grant it. She allows herself a smile. See where I'm going with this? He sighs. I don't like it. It makes sense. What do you think? I think that's all we got. I think we gotta make a risk. Alright then, Junie smiles. Let me prepare. I'll head to Factory Row. Scope the place out. Meet me there and we can work out a plan. She glances between the two of you. Trust me, we can find a way. We'll keep it simple. Clean. Let's get it. Okay then, trust me. This is gonna work. We'll go scope out the place. We should split up. Less likely for Karsten to suspect us. Meet us there in a few and we can finish setting up. I want to show you that I can be trusted. That we can do this. Believe that, please. And with that, she slipped away from the passage towards the airlock. I'm saying nothing, Sleeper. Either this kind of mess you have to go through to get to the other side, or it's the kind you can never escape. Either way, we are in it now. He leaves the cockpit. You stare at the chaotic lights of Hexport and wonder if there's anything in the steward belt, if anything in the steward belt ever runs smoothly. Oh my gosh. Sleeper, we're out of time. Uh-oh. They're here. What? What do you mean? I'm starving and stressed and glitched out? What do you mean? Lane, or at least his hunters. They've locked the ship into the station. We can't release the docking bridge. Our credentials are being refused. We're trapped. Sudden banging echoes through the ship. Seraphine looks away towards the source of the sound. I don't know if they know we're here, but they certainly want to get in. He shakes his head. I reckon we have minutes before they get out the cutting torch. Oh, we're screwed. Not yet, Sleeper. The feed lines are a bust. They aren't going to happen now. Our best chance is to burn out of here as fast as we can and hope our drift takes us to a station where we run out of fuel. He sighs. Or at least we might live a few more cycles before we starve. Oh my gosh. Problem is, we need to release the lock Hexport has on us, otherwise we aren't going anywhere. And I need to pilot the ship, so what I'm saying is, I have to release the lock. Exactly, I'm sorry. He gives you a dark look. There's some big manual release levers inside the dock bridge itself. We get to them, and you're gonna have to go through the airlock. He swallows hard. And once you do that, we'll need to get in as the docking bridge releases. He grimaces. If you mess up, you're likely to be sent spinning into the black. That's our only choice. Apart from coming out with our hands on our heads, yeah, that's our only choice. You nod. There's nothing else to be said. Time is up, and this is what it's come down to. I'll be at the controls waiting. Seraphine gives you a nervous look. The moment you're back in the airlock, I'll burn hard. He clasps you by both of your shoulders and looks you in the eye. And then, without saying anything, he releases you and glides out of the room. You drift down the airlock as quickly, as quietly as you can, slipping into a suit for protection, at least you think. As you secure the seals, you don't need to breathe. The banging subsides and you hope the hunters have left, even though you know this is only quiet before the storm. You take a moment, waiting inside the airlock as it cycles. The second exterior door begins, and you go. As you dash out the airlock, the scene in front of you appears as if in slow motion. You see two figures a little way down the docking bridge, wearing dark spacesuits, a canister being carried between them. Meanwhile, floating between you and them is a heavy cutting torch, knocked spinning by the open airlock door. You see the release levers and a yellow hazard stripe just beyond the hunters. You know you're lucky, and you know you only have a moment to make your move. Either engage, or cut the bridge. I have to engage. Oh my gosh. You shift your position, trying to aim for one lever before kicking off hard and stretching out, making yourself as small a target as possible. But the hunters see you coming, and one pushes off into your path, grappling with you as you go. You spin with them, both of you lashing out at each other. And as you do, you feel yourself drifting further from the levers, down the bridge towards Hexport itself. A scream blocks out all sound, and you feel an urgent pull tugging you away from the ship. The tunnel bends sickeningly, then snaps. You realize in that moment that Seraphine has started the burn, and is attempting to break the bridge by force alone. You and the hunter spin in a hail of debris, scraps and metal chunks and bridge dashing against your suit. You see the hunters retreating to the station side airlocks and realize this is your chance. A chunk of tunnel wraps around you, and you plant your feet on it before kicking off towards the rig. The debris slices you, cutting your suit away, and then your thick skin. Your vision flashes and warning signals, and you feel distant throbbing pain. You are carried onward by a hail of projectiles that zip into your body from the direction of the station, their impact shutting off whole sections of your frame. The final faint things you feel before you lose consciousness are the impact of your body against the interior wall of the airlock, the hiss of the cycling system, and the heavy weight of the ship in full burn. Oh, I think we made it. Gosh, that was a disaster. What the? Seraphine's quiet question wakes from the haze as the rig cuts across the belt. You try to feel a wave of flickering pain pass through your body. You flinch and steady your nerves. You find yourself strapped to the seat of the cockpit. Seraphine doesn't seem to have noticed you awake. You open your mouth to speak, but no words come out. There's a crackle of noise that echoes through the ship's comms. He glances nervously at the console. Something has him spooked. Sleeper. The voice, as distorted, cuts through you. Lane. I know you're there. A hissing pause. You are slipping away, but we can't have that. You don't understand why Seraphine isn't reacting to the sounds of Lane's voice. Then you realize he can't hear it. The voice is in your head. I take this personally, Sleeper. A sharp intake of breath. After all my investment, all my care expended on you, this is how you repay me. I see a little something glinting out there. Could that be you? You don't move. You don't breathe. All you hear is Lane's voice. Something shifts in you, a sudden impetus, a will to move that is not your own. You unclip from your restraint, drifting towards Seraphine. Oh no! He looks up and sees you. You are up. Felix tries. Take it slow, right? There's a transmission coming out of the hex port. Some kind of evac order? He turns back to his console. Let me check this. You keep moving forward. Something isn't right. You don't feel right. A numbness grows in your body, your fingers flexing without their input. He's remote controlling me, man. You reach towards Seraphine. No, not you. Something reaches out to Seraphine through you. He turns again to see you grasping for him, grasping at his neck. A tension flickers in his eyes. Fear. Sinks silence, then a rumbling blast. All at once the rig screams, system seizing into electromagnetic paralysis. All at once shifts, carried on some shockwave of light, pain, and darkness. Voices echo warmly through your mind. You can't quite make out what's being said, and any attempt to focus causes a growing flare of pain, so you let them fill the air, undeniable and soft. You're floating, and so you cannot feel your body or its weight. The feeling is pleasant, soothing, and yet the moment you realize it begins to fade. Pain shoots through your system, a reminder of the terrible damage you have suffered. It is bright, quite hot for a moment, then is gone. Oh my gosh, I had another level of glitch. What's going on here? Something spasms in your fingers and you flick it away. The sensation crosses the sole of your foot and kicks your leg. A weight settles itself in your chest. You're awake. You open your eyes to light playing across the surface, patterned with a stained cushioning. You're alone. The voice is replaced by the hum of air cycling, the distant clank of maintenance systems. You're alone, and this is not your ship. You jerk upwards against the straps that hold you loosely to the berth, suddenly confronted with the last things you remember, an overwhelming numbness, and below it, an insipid animating force creeping through your mind. Pull at the straps and free yourself, floating up in the small habitation room, cushioned and warm, your mind racing. Where am I? You glance around, taking a small room with its knickknacks tucked behind webbing, its stained and worn storage units, faded padding. This is someone's home. Cold light fills the room and you float over towards the dark square of the window. You see stars, a bright pinprick of drive trails, a skeletal docking bridge. This is a station. The sudden hiss draws your attention to the door, which slides open with a puff of equalizing pressure. The entering figure jumps up and sees you awake. Hey, you're up. He hesitates in the doorway. Who are you? And where's my friend? Friend? Right? They laugh nervously. I'm not really sure. He headed out a while ago. At least he's alive. I'm Bliss. They shrug. Not sure what to add. Your friend, Seraphine? Is out. Sorry, he brought you here. Here? Right. They nod slowly. This is my room. They glance around. Not much, I know. You're in my repair bay on the far spindle. You know where that is. In the belt? Yeah, in the belt. They look around the room again. Come on, let's go somewhere a little more comfortable. They hold out a hand. You're safe, don't worry. You follow them out the corridor, gliding behind them. They move with the ease of someone who is either born in Zero-G or has spent most of their life in it. They guide you to an enclosed balcony where heavily scratched, thick acrylic windows look out on a chaotic-looking wet dock. The center of the dock is the rig, scratched and worn, but it's still your ship. It's a reassuring sight. She okay? She will be when I'm done with her. Bliss sees you staring at the rig. Looks some damage, but she's hardly an old thing. A hardy old thing. Your ship. You're lucky I heard your distress signal. You sense they're holding something back. I guess that expensive long-range array I was tricked into buying finally paid off. Well, at least for someone. You were out cold when I got there, and have been for all the cycles since. Your friend wasn't in great shape either, but he bounced back fast. Oh, he's back! You make a habit of doing that. Seraphine's voice makes you spin around. Good to see you. You can't suppress a smile. Are you okay? He smiles. Don't start fussing over me, Sleeper. I'm good. Her eyes fall on Seraphine's bandaged abdomen. He notices and pushes his jacket over the wound. Certainly looks better than when you came in. You should have seen. He stops after Seraphine glances in her direction. Here. Patch. That's all I could get for now. You chits. What are you paying them for? Who do you think is putting the rib bat together? She looks at you apologetically. I know what it looks like, but I'm sorry. I can't work for free. Keeping this place going is bad enough. I get it. I'm not gonna say that's bullshit. I get it. We're just thankful you towed us in. We aren't freeloaders. I'll let you two catch up. I'm glad you're awake. We were worried. We pat you on the shoulder and glide towards the corridor. With Bliss gone, silence descends on you, and Seraphine, both of you are unsure what to say. What happened? What do you remember? He looks at you with concern. Alright, that's a little vague, but okay. Seraphine looks out at the rig. He takes a breath, steeling himself for what he has to say. Export is... it's gone. He flinches. What do you mean it's gone? It's gone. He catches your eye. Dropped off the map. No signals, apart from the one sent from the fleeing ships. I don't know what happened. No one does. Did it explode? Your mind skips, unable to focus on the information you've just been told. You think of the constant activity of the bends, the rumble of the factory row. Karsten, gone. By the time Bliss reached us, we had drifted out of range, but couldn't have seen it go up. But I saw a Sleeper. Something exploded, white hot. He rubbed his arms, suppressing a shiver. A moment later, that shockwave was on us. The rig was crippled. Engine kept firing, but guidance went offline, sending us arcing across the belt. He drops a hand inside his jacket, pressing against the bandage on the side. I managed to get her under my control, but not before we started spinning. My restraints came loose, and you weren't even strapped in, so we both got scrambled. He smiles a weak smile. Felt like being trapped in an auto wash. He turns back to you. I'm impressed you made it, to be honest. A flesh and blood human would have been smashed to pieces. He goes silent. The image a little too raw for him to continue. Can't believe it. You and all the belt. All anyone is seeing is debris and radiation. I picked up a lot of ship transponders before the rig went offline. Maybe some people got out. Stops, unable to add anything more. Hey, we had friends there. We both float in silence for a moment. What now? One step at a time. You in a rush? I already owe Bliss for the work they did on the rig, and isn't finished yet. A few more cycles, I've been told. Bliss won't hold us hostage, but I don't like to skip out without paying, even if we could get the rig started up. Bad karma. Beyond that, we need work, fuel, supplies, and we need to make sure we're okay. After that, I haven't heard of anyone coming after us, and if they did, they'd come through export, or what's left of it. The far spindle is way out of Lane's territory anyway. They call this bit of the belt the Wash, and the stations here run differently to Dark Side. So for now, we have some freedom. Besides, freedom to go broke, starve, and get into even more trouble, that is. In all honesty, I was hoping you might have some ideas. He pats me on the shoulder. Well, I think I should fix my dice. We should keep moving. Well, we'll need cryo for that. But plenty of places to go in the Wash, and I'm not against putting more ground between us and Lane. Seraphine pauses and stares down. Look, Sleeper. He rubs his side. I'm not sure I can work right now. I just got kicked out of the salvage yard for passing out on the job. Even with the pain meds, I've been able to scare up. We can fly, that's for sure. He stares at the rig, but you're gonna need some crew if you want to do some serious work. Understood. He nods. I'm gonna take a rest in the rig. I'm wiped. You look at the rig as he leaves, the warmth and the softness of your waking moments now feeling like a distant memory. Is that what you wanted? Freedom? A chance to work for yourself and not Lane? Well, here it is. With all the problems and complications you can imagine. And at what cost? Would Lane have wiped you and Hexport just to end you? You shiver at the thought. But if not Lane, then who? Theories cloud your mind. Dwell on these, not push them away. Could it have been Conway, a drone, or mind-drifting steward? Senestat, perhaps, or some plan to weaken the belt? Or a belt faction attempting to flip the board by intent or mistake? The belt had considered itself safe from the war brewing in the inner system, but now, export loss will be felt all across the belt. What does that mean for you? Your needs are much more immediate, apparent. Those must come first. You run your hands along your body, feeling the marks and holes left by hunters' weapons, and you know in that moment you have been irreparably damaged by the encounter. These scars are reminders. You will not be caught like that again. You swear it. You take a breath. I'm gonna make a plan. Alright, the glitch clock tracks your level of glitch and indicates if you have a chance of rolling a glitch die. Glitch die looks like this. You have gained some glitch. A glitch is a penalty from repairing dice and from Lane's attempts to back your system. Your current level of glitch is represented by the glitch clock. You can have a max of 6. Each level of glitch you gain will increase your chance of rolling glitch dice at the start of the cycle, and each time you roll a glitch dice you clear 1 level of glitch. A glitch dice has an 80% chance of a negative outcome when used and a 20% chance of a positive outcome. I knew that too early, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, we've been gaming for about maybe 2-something hours. I think we've been doing pretty good. We finished what feels like Act 1. And what a game, man. Like, I love how you can be a total screw-up like me and roll the dice really poorly, and yet, you know, like, the story goes on. It's like a good game of Dungeons and Dragons or something, and it makes it really tense because I know that, like, I'm going to be dragging through all of this just with, like, 2 dice, and one of them is glitched out and doesn't even work right, you know? I think that is absolutely insane. I need to find a way to get more dice, and I need to, like, really learn how to manage my resources a lot better. That was my mistake. Repairing the rig. Well, I'm hoping when they repair it, they give me that workshop that they mentioned. That is crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. But everyone, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and, menu. Good. I gotta say thanks for joining me here today for Citizen Sleeper 2. It's a fun game. Definitely gonna play more of it. I'm invested. It's like a interactive video game book, a visual novel, if you will. But anyway, have a good one, and I'll see y'all later.